morning, well, I guess good evening, good afternoon, good day, whatever it is. So, it's been a long time coming, but here we are, we're finally here. For those of you that don't know what's going on, well, there's some hints, there's been some subtle hints, but it's officially the day where, and if you watch my TikTok, it showed on there, but the bags come off. Yes, these are function form type 2s. I already opened them. I'm sorry for messing up an unboxing, but they're pretty freaking nice, not gonna lie. I don't know if you can see. Yeah. The box, sorry, you're mounted on my wing right now, but the box is nice, you know, paperwork, tons of it, whatever. But these things are nice, man. These things are nice. These are the type 2s. It threw me off because they are the type 3 color. So if you order these, bear that in mind. It says type 2 on the box, but you know. Sorry, somebody's mowing down the street. It's kind of loud. But these things look fantastic. Quite the fan. You know, fully adjustable on the bottom. You know the whole nine. Normal coilover, good coilover stuff. And I went with function forms because, well, I was gonna go with BCs. That was my original plan. After talking with some people who have run BCs on the BB6 chassis, they all have agreed. It seemed to have been, sorry, adjusting the camera here. I noticed a lot of the same comment about how the chassis almost doesn't feel right with BCs on it. I don't know what that means, but a lot of people that I know that had BCs on this chassis actually took them off. And I don't know if they're just, no, I don't know, but I'll take it for what it is, for what it's worth, and just, I went with function forms type 2s. Every single person I've talked to that either runs these, or is going to run them, or has ran them, says they're arguably probably the best coilover you can possibly buy for the 92 to 01 Prelude chassis, the BB chassis. So we're gonna run them and find out, because I can't, I'm done with bags, man. I'm done. If you're new to this, you're new to this channel, whatever, I have no disrespect to bag cars, okay? Bags are sick. I'll probably 100% bag a car in the future. It won't be my Civic, and it won't be the Prelude, obviously. If I end up getting something different, I'll probably bag it, because it is kind of neat. If I get like a mini truck or something, probably bag it, because that's what it is, part of the culture. I've had nothing but headaches with my bags since day one. Everything from the manifold not functioning correctly to the system airing out randomly without any kind of notice or warning, the controller not working correctly, the height sensor's not reading correctly, the height sensor's faulting out randomly for no reason, the pressure's not showing correctly, the levels not staying consistent across the board. It's been a nightmare. It's been horrible. And for those of you that are bagged and have a Prelude that's bagged and it works great for you, that's awesome. And I hope it continues to work great for you, because I pray that nobody goes through what I went through with this experience. It left a bad taste in my mouth for bags, 100%. AirTech, which is a company that made my bags, they're phenomenal guys. They're a small company. They're out of California. Awesome guys, 100% awesome dudes. The owner of AirTech and the sales manager of AirTech, awesome guys, super awesome. I have no quarrels against Airlift Performance either. Super awesome people, fantastic people. I've talked to them. And same for the guys at Bag Riders. If you guys need anything for air suspension at all, Bag Riders is always the move. Those guys are sick. And I hope to work with them again in the future. But it's time to move on from bags. It's time to get this car back to feeling a little bit more sporty. And it's kind of hard to explain why I'm taking the steps I'm taking. I almost got to the point that it felt like I was overbuilding the car. And it was becoming a hassle to drive it. And obviously that's not what you want. If you have a dedicated show car and you don't drive it often, then more power to you. That's 100% understandable. You don't drive the car, whatever. I felt that the car was starting to be overbuilt. It was no longer a joy to drive it. Being constantly concerned that the bags were going to air out, that I was going to have issues along the way. The headaches that came with it wasn't worth it, in my opinion. At least in my personal experience. Again, no quarrels to bag people. If you're bagged, that's awesome. You know, being bagged, you can roll up at a decent ride height and you can air out the gangster fitment, right? And them static boys are just consistently gangster the whole way across the board. Again, no disrespect to bags. So yeah, it's time for this chapter to begin. Today's video is not going to be, I'm going to have to break this up in multiple parts because I'm not going to do these 20-minute long, 30-minute long videos. I'm not doing it. It's not going to happen. I'm going to break this up. So today we're just going to be focusing on kind of just tearing some system down. This is also going to be kind of a walkthrough for anybody who wants to bag one of these cars. I can show you the way I ran my lines, the little things that I did to make it easier for me. And again, I ran these lines in a way that there should have never been issues because I've ran airlines for big trucks. Same, right? So, yeah. So this is gonna kind of be a little bit of a walkthrough too for people that want to bag a 97 to 01 Prelude. If you're bagging a 4th gen, I have a buddy of mine has bagged his, and he's a little bit more knowledgeable in 4th gen. He's my go-to 4th gen guy. I'm a 5th gen guy, so this is going to kind of be a little bit of a, just kind of showing you how I did it, so that way you can possibly do the same or learn from that, or learn what I did and don't do what I did, whatever. So yeah, so we're going to go ahead and start. I'm going to go ahead and take the wheels off the car, as well as start pulling some of the interior apart. I want to get this out as fast as possible. My goal is to get the bags out as quickly as possible. But again, this will be broken up into multiple videos, so yeah, so just stay tuned for that. So I'm going to go ahead and stop talking and stop rambling and go ahead and begin working. So let's get to it. If you're watching this and you're wondering, how'd the wheels stay on the car when he took the lug nuts off? Hub-centric rings. Buy yourself some hub-centric rings. Look, I didn't believe in them for the longest time, and I bought them because I put spacers back here. Game changer. So yeah, buy your rings, I promise. All right, so I'm not 100% sure where to begin, other than the wheels being off and everything. It's been fun, but they're coming off. And you can kind of see how I ran. The height sensors is going to kind of be a pain in the butt, but I'm not gonna film all of this. I'm just gonna film the important parts of kind of like where things are ran, how things are set. But yeah, so now that those are off the car, I can kind of show you some things. So for the rears, the way I ran the rears, just so again, so you can see what I'm talking about here. They're here, okay? Lines run down, and I drilled a hole in this. They run underneath the car, and there's these bulkhead fittings. There's one right there, okay? That bulkhead fitting comes up underneath here, underneath this board, runs up, goes over that little lip there, and then turns and goes into the manifold, which is back there behind the seat. It's right, oh, it's right there. Right there. Right there. Yeah. It goes into that. And I did the same for both sides. That was the best way using bulkhead fittings. 100% recommend them. Now for the fronts what I did, I ran the lines up. Now it's kind of hard for me to show you. I'll do my best here. Now, you can kind of see it right there. The line comes straight out of the bag, turns, and goes through the brake line hole, comes out, and runs right along with the brake lines all the way up, and then goes through a hole in the firewall right there. Right there, which is where the cruise control used to be. And it runs in, and that's the same for that side too. Same procedure, runs across. And then it runs, comes in, runs under this. You can kind of maybe see them down there. They're down there. I might be on this side. But it runs under all this. Runs, actually, you know what? I think they run across the side there. Actually, I think they go over there and then go under. I'll find out more as I tear it apart. They run up, come in, and they go in the manifold there as well. The lines are super simple, super straightforward to run. It's nothing special. So, height sensor is a little bit more annoying. You're gonna have to be creative with that. So for the sensors, kind of the same thing. Sensors run here. I made little brackets. They run up, and they actually go up through the top of my strut tower here, through a hole that I had on each side. Not sure what it was for. And they just run, same on both sides. They run into down there where the harness and everything is, and then the compressor just runs down through here as well. And then for the fronts, I think I did the same thing with the, no, so the sensors, I ran over, down, and then I ran them through, oh, what is that guy? Oh, hello. Interesting. Not sure why that's rubbed. Huh, I'll have to fix that before I sell this to Alex. Easy fix though, but that kind of sucks. Whatever. I can fix it, it's nothing special. But it runs and follows the loom that goes into the chassis, and then runs over the center and then runs back to the harness as well. That's how the lines are run. That's the best way that I found. The best way that I found for the lines to run. It made the most sense and was the most out of the way. So, now I'm going to start tearing things out. Now, I only have, 2 hands, so recording is kind of going to be a pain in the butt. It's going to be choppy and jumpy, but bear with me, please. Okay, again, this is going to be multiple part series, so we'll just go from there. So let me just get at it. I may have jumped the gun a little bit. Started taking things apart and didn't think about to show you the routing. So if you want to do this the way I did it, which I did it the way, there's a customs company on Instagram, I don't remember what they're called. I actually used their diagram, because there's different ways you can do it, right? So, this is the way I did it. Obviously, there's stuff that's stripped now. So, water trap is here. Now, the way I ran it is I ran this right here. The compressor down, check valve is right there. Okay, into a T. And this T, this side of the T went to the tank. So the tank only had one line in. So I think, it only had one line right here. Came in this side right here. All right. Line here. This side is just a shaker valve. That's all this was. Like if something had the compressor, I could air the tank up. That's all this is. One line into the tank. The rest of it's all plugged. So T, one line to tank. This side went to the water trap here. And then from the water trap, it went down and went up into the manifold. Now, you have to look at the diagrams. I don't remember where things are, but it went, whoops. Yeah, it went up into there and then went into the water trap, which is that one for T. That's for trap. So it went in there. So that way, the compressor would pull air in, okay? It would pull the air in, and it would fill the system, it would fill the tank. At the same time, though, the compressor would fill the tank. You could also fill the bags up. So if something happened and your tank had an issue or the tank lost air, you kick the compressor on, the compressor would run, and it would still allow you to fill the bags up with the compressor because it would go right into the manifold. Some people like to run this into the tank. I don't do that, and I disagree with that for simply just for plumbing purposes. I think that you should only have one line in and out of the tank, but that's just me. So, and this doesn't cause any pressure issues, doesn't cause anything. I don't know how to explain this in a way that makes sense. This is literally how, if you don't live in the city and you're on a well, which is what I did for a living my entire childhood, and it's what my family's done my entire life. I grew up doing it in the well and septic system. Well, not septic, just well. That's literally how your house is plumbed, okay? It's literally just like this. Think of this as the water pump. It runs up to a T, one half fills the tank, the other side goes. The tank has one line that goes into it. One line in, one line out. That's it. This is a holding tank. Compressor does most of the work. The bags stay full. It's the best way, in my opinion, the safest way to plumb your air ride system. So there's that, okay? And on that note, I think I'm gonna end this one. The next video will be actually pulling the bags off the car and going through all that. So I don't want this to be too long. So I'm gonna end it now. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Stay tuned for part 2, because I'm only gonna do 2 parts in this one. Yeah, probably just 2. 3 seems excessive. So stay tuned for that. I really appreciate you guys. Like, comment, subscribe. That'd be awesome. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Laters.